Landing runway 26. Departing runway 08. Transition level 100. Advise on initial contact you have information Alpha. Innsbruck Airport information Alpha. DuPont -09er. QNH1022. Landing runway 26. Departing runway 08. Transition level 100. Advise on initial contact you have information Alpha. Innsbruck Airport information Alpha. 071 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. No clouds detected. Temperature -07. DuPont -09er. QNH1022. Landing runway 26. Departing runway 08. Transition level 100. Advise. Landing runway 26. Departing runway 08. Transition level 100. Advise on initial contact you have information Alpha. Innsbruck Airport information Alpha. 071.
Austrian 9 Echo Bravo, ready to taxi to the active.
Austrian 9 Echo Bravo, runway 08, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Runway 08, taxi my discretion. Austrian 9 Echo Bravo. Austrian 9 Echo Bravo, ready for departure. Runway 08.
Austrian 9 Echo Bravo, Innsbruck Tower, wind variable, runway 08, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 08 cleared for takeoff. Austrian 9 Echo Bravo.
Austrian 9 Echo Bravo, contact Innsbruck radar departure 128.975.
Contact Innsbruck radar departure 128.975. Austrian 9 Echo Bravo.
aircraft be advised information Bravo now current, QNH 1022.
Innsbruck.
Transavia 434, Innsbruck Tower, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Cabin crew prepare for Innsbruck Tower, Transavia 433, request taxi to
Aircraft calling for taxi instruction, say call sign.
Innsbruck Tower, Transavia 434, request taxi to be active.
Transavia 434, runway 08, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Taxi to runway 08 at pilot discretion, Transavia 434.
Innsbruck Tower, Transavia 74 Whiskey, Arnav Zulu runway 26.
Transavia 74 Whiskey, Innsbruck Tower, wind 275 at 2, runway 26 cleared to land.
Runway 26 cleared to land, Transavia 74 Whiskey. Innsbruck Tower, Transavia 27 Yankee, Arnav Zulu runway 26.
Transavia 27 Yankee, Innsbruck Tower, continue.
Roger, Transavia 27 Yankee.
Innsbruck Tower, Transavia 434, collision runway 08.
Transavia 434, hold short of 08, riding traffic.
Collision at Sierra traffic.
Transavia 7 for Whiskey, exit left next available taxiway.
Exit left next available taxiway, Transavia 7 for Whiskey.
Transavia 434, runway 08, line up and wait. Transavia 434 Innsbruck Tower, wind 275 at 2, runway 08, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, for takeoff runway 08, Transavia 434. Wow.
Transavia 74 Whiskey, ramp 1, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Ramp 1 taxi at my discretion. Transavia 74 Whiskey. Innsbruck Tower, Transavia 17 Echo, RNAV Zulu runway 26.
Transavia 17 Echo, Innsbruck Tower, continue.
Wilco, Transavia 17 Echo.
Transavia 27 Yankee, ramp 2, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Ramp 2 taxi at my discretion. Transavia 27 Yankee.
Transavia 434, contact Innsbruck radar departure 128.975.
Say again for Transavia 434.
Transavia 434, contact Innsbruck radar departure 128.975.
128.9.7925 for Transavia 434.
Negative, Innsbruck radar departure on 128.975.
On 128.975. Innsbruck approach, Transavia 434.
Negative, Innsbruck radar departure on 128.975.
128.975. Transavia 424. Innsbruck departure, Transavia 424, altitude at 605,800.
Transavia 434, Innsbruck radar departure. Good morning, identified. Climb to 10,000 feet.
Climb to 10,000 feet, Transavia 424.
Transavia 434, contact Vienna Center 124.4, bye-bye.
Vienna Center 124.4, Transavia 424. Vienna Center, Transavia 424, with you at 8,000 flight level 100.
Transavia 434, Vienna Center, good morning, identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Vienna Center, Whiskey 3 Delta Charlie, flight level 370.
Wisco 3 Delta Charlie, Vienna Center, radar contact. Austrian 177, Venom 3 Whiskey, runway 34. Report ready for descent.
Venom 3 Whiskey, runway 34, ready for descent, Austrian 177.
Austrian 177, descend to flight level 260.
Descend to flight level 260, Austrian 177. Vienna Center, Ryanair 37 Papa November, descending via Kempton 1.
Negative, Milan radar on 124.925.
124.925, via 434. Milan radar, Transavia 434, maintaining flight level 190.
Magic Sun 318 Golf QN H1021, expect the ILS uniform runway 28.
QNH 1021, expect the ILS uniform runway 28 Magic Sun 318 Golf.
Transavia 434, Milan radar, identified. Fraction 547 Tango, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Center on 124.4, fraction 547 Tango, bye-bye.
035 heavy, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, ASL 035 heavy.
Turkish 4 Golf Hotel, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Turkish 4 Golf Hotel.
Aviation 1, resume on navigation.
Roger, resume on navigation, Aviation 1.
Magic Sun 318 Golf, 5 miles from Larsov, turn right, heading 275, maintain 3,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS uniform runway 28.
Turn right, heading 275, 3,500 feet until established. Cleared ILS uniform runway 28, Magic Sun 318 Golf.
Aviation 1, contact same Dan information approach 135.325.
Contact same Dan information approach 135.325, Aviation 1.
Bird 597 Charlie, contact Zurich radar 126.225.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225, Speedbird 597 Charlie.
Turkish 88 Foxtrot, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4, Turkish 88 Foxtrot.
Magic Sun 318 Golf, Contact Rio Tower 125.875. Bye-bye.
Over to Tower 125.875, Magic Sun 3.
Lufthansa 06 Mike, Milan radar, expect 47 Romeo, runway 04 left.
Expect 47 Romeo, runway 04 left, Lufthansa 06 Mike.
Ryanair 904 Alpha, contact Vienna Center 124.4. Have a good morning.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4, Ryanair 904 Alpha.
Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor, Milan radar, expect Leglo 4 X-ray, runway 35 left.
Expect Leglo 4 X-ray, runway 35 left, Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor.
Alpine 18 Papa Golf, descend to flight level 210.
Descend to flight level 210, Alpine 18 Papa Golf.
Azul 035 Heavy, contact Milan radar 125.63.
Contact Milan radar 125.63, Azul 035 Heavy.
Lufthansa 06 Mike, Bordy 7 Romeo, runway 04 left. Report ready for descent.
47 Romeo, runway 04 left, ready for descent, Lufthansa 06 Mike.
Lufthansa 06 Mike, descend to flight level 170.
Descend to flight level 170, Lufthansa 06 Mike.
Milan radar, Transavia 434, ready for descent.
Transavia 434, Everett Tree Echo, runway 35 left, descend to flight level 170. Alpine 18 Papa Golf, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Alpine 18 Papa Golf.
With Malta 30 Foxtrot Lima, Milan radar, expect AMVA 9 November, runway 35 right.
Expect AMVA 9 November, runway 35 right, with Malta 30 Foxtrot Lima.
Alpine 18 Papa Golf, descend to flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180 Alpine 18 Papa Golf.
Speedbird 675, contact Vienna Center 124.4 bye-bye.
Center on 124.4, Speedbird 675.
Nouvel Air 776, Milan radar, expect Lupin 6 Victor, runway 23.
Expect Lupin 6 Victor, runway 23, Nouvel Air 776.
Lufthansa 8 Mike Charlie, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4 Lufthansa 8 Mike Charlie.
Alpine 18 Papa Golf, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160 Alpine 18 Papa Golf.
Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor, Leglo 4 X-ray, runway 35 left. Report ready for descent.
Leglo 4 X-ray, runway 35 left, ready for descent, Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor.
Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor.
Nouvel Air 776, contact Zurich radar 126.225.
Center on 126.225, Nouvel Air 776.
With Malta 30 Foxtrot Lima, descend to flight level 150.
Descend to flight level 150 with Malta 30 Foxtrot Lima.
Turkish 4 Golf Hotel, contact Milan radar 125.63.
Contact Milan radar 125.63, Turkish 4 Golf Hotel.
Good morning, Milan radar, Lufthansa 282, descending by Beneath 4 Mike, flight level 240.
Moonflower 737 Heavy, contact Milan radar 125.63.
Contact Milan radar 125.6, Tree Moonflower 737 Heavy.
Lufthansa 282, Milan radar, identified.
Milan radar, Vista 565, good morning, flight level 410.
Alpine 18 Papa Golf, descend to flight level 140.
Descend to flight level 140, Alpine 18 Papa Golf.
Vista 565, Milan radar, radar contact. With Malta 30 Foxtrot Lima, contact Marseille Control 120.85.
Contact Marseille Control 120.85 with Malta 30 Foxtrot Lima.
Alpine 18 Papa Golf, descend to flight level 120.
Milan radar, speedbird 5 Charlie Romeo, flight level 287.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Romeo, Milan radar contact, continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, speedbird 5 Charlie Romeo.
Ryanair 2 Charlie, contact Zurich radar 126.225, bye-bye.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225 Ryanair 2 Charlie. Have a good morning.
Tunair 756, contact Milan radar 125.63.
Contact Milan radar 125.6, tree Tunair 756.
Transavia 434, contact Milan radar 125.63.
125.63, Transavia.
Negative, Milan radar on 125.63.
125.63, Transavia 44. Milan radar Transavia 44 with you, descending to 4000.
Transavia 434 Milan radar, QNH 1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inler transition.
Expect runway ILS 35 left via inner Zulu transition, Transavia 44.
Negative, QNH 1021.
Milan radar, Delta 184 heavy, 8800, we have Papa on board.
Turkish 4 Golf Hotel, contact Malpensa Tower 128.35, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 128.35, Turkish 4 Golf Hotel.
Delta 184 Heavy Milan radar, QNH 1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inler transition.
QNH 1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inler transition. Delta 184 heavy. Milan radar, Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel, flight level 102, we have Papa on board.
Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel Milan radar, QNH 1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inler transition.
QNH 1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition. Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel. Milan radar, Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor, flight level 131 with information Papa.
Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor Milan radar, QNH1021, expect the ILS Yankee runway 35 left with the knob transition.
QNH1021, expect the ILS Yankee runway 35 left with the knob transition. Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor.
Moonflower 737 Heavy, cleared direct inler, cross inler at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Cleared direct inler, cross inler at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left, Moonflower 737 Heavy.
Traffic.
Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor, cleared direct knob, cross knob at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Yankee runway 35 left.
Cleared direct knob, cross knob at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ALS Yankee runway 35 left, Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor. Milan radar, Iberi, at 33 Mike Alpha, flight level 099er, we have Papa on board.
Iberia 33 Mike Alpha Milan radar, good morning. QNH1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inler transition.
QNH1021, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inler transition. Iberi, at 33 Mike Alpha.
Moonflower 737 Heavy. Contact Malpensa Tower 128.35.
Contact Tower 128.35 Moonflower 737 Heavy.
Air 756, cleared direct inler, cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Cleared direct inler, cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left to near 756.
All aircraft be advised information Quebec now current. QNH 1021. Delta 184 Heavy. Cleared direct inler. Cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Cleared direct inler. Cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left. Delta 184 Heavy.
Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor. Contact Malpensa Tower 128.35.
Over to Tower 128.35 Ryanair 5 Sierra Victor.
Delta 184 Heavy. Contact Malpensa Tower 128.35. Have a good morning.
Over to Tower 128.35 Delta 184 Heavy.
Transavia 434. Cleared direct inler. Cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Clear to cross inler. Cross at 4,000 or above. Clear for ILS Zulu runway 35 left, Transavia 434.
Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel. Cleared direct inler. Cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Cleared direct inler. Cross inler at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel.
Tenair 756. Contact Malpensa Tower 128.35.
Contact Tower 128.35 to near 756. Bye-bye.
Transavia 434. Contact Malpensa Tower 128.35.
Malpensa Tower 128.35. Transavia 434.
Transavia 434. Contact Malpensa Tower 128.35.
1 to 8
2500.
Mungkin aja sama WA lagi nanti malam, jangan langsung balik. Kalau 2 kali di WA masih nggak jawab ya udah.
Nair 756. Exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway to near 756.
Delta 184 Heavy. Go around. Fly runway centerline. Maintain 3,000 feet.
On the go, fly runway centerline, maintain 3,000 feet, Delta 184 Heavy.
Delta 184 Heavy. Contact Milan radar 125.63. Talk to you in a minute.
Contact Milan radar 125.63 Delta 184 Heavy, speak soon.
Transavia 434. Malpensa Tower. Continue.
1000.
Transavia 434. Wind 005 at 4. Runway 35 left cleared to land.
Runway 35 left, Transavia 434.
Malpensa Tower, Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel, ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel. Malpensa Tower. Continue.
Local Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel.
Sync rate. $100. 50 approaching minimums. 10.
Transavia 434. Exit left at Bravo Whiskey.
Exit left at Bravo Whiskey, Transavia 434.
Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel, go around. Fly runway centerline. Maintain 3,000 feet.
Going round. Fly runway center lane. Maintain 3,000 feet. Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel.
Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel. Contact Milan radar 125.63.
Contact Milan radar 125.63 Ryanair 70 Mike Hotel.
Transavia 434, request taxi gate.
Transavia 434. Contact ground 121.825. Transavia 434. Contact ground 121.825. Transavia 434. Malpensa Tower.
Contact ground 121.825 Transavia 434. Malpensa ground Transavia 434 with you. Taxi to gate 61.
Malpensa ground, Transavia 434, contact tower when at runway hold point.
Alpine 36 Charlie Papa. At ramp 216 request pushback and engine start.
Alpine 36 Charlie Papa, Malpensa ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north. Alpine 36 Charlie Papa. Alpine 36 Charlie Papa, taxi for departure.
Alpine 36 Charlie Papa, runway 35 right taxi via Bravo Alpha, Echo Mike, Charlie, Charlie Alpha, Alpha.
Alright, we'll taxi to runway 35 right via Bravo Alpha, Echo Mike, Charlie, Charlie, Alpha, Alpha, Alpine 36 Charlie Papa.
Iberia 33 Mike Alpha, ramp 554 taxi via Delta Bravo, Yankee.
Ramp 554 via Delta Bravo Yankee, Iberia, at 33 Mike Alpha.